Welcome to Racing to Win. It's going to be a very different Racing to Win for the first part of the show today. That is very simple because on Friday afternoon the announcement came through officially that the great horse Golden 60 has been retired.
Golden 60 favourite, they're often racing. He wasn't the quickest out, Golden 60. Golden 60, got a decent engine, this fellow. It's just been hands and heels all the way.
Golden 60 takes the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Golden 60 takes the Classic Cup. What a win.
Golden 60, he's running out of time. He's coming now. Golden 60 drives. He's won it. Golden 60, he's hit the front now. He's half a length on White Cuckoo. He goes full beast mode. This equine wrecking ball has demolished another field. Golden 60 in front. More than this. Driving late. Missed. He won it. It's Golden 60. The locals can't beat him. The internationals can't beat him. This is his house. Fortress Golden 60. But the Ferrari, he hits overdrive, and the Champions Mile is headed to Hong Kong's champion again. Two great horses of Hong Kong, but it's Golden 60, the greatest of Hong Kong. With one, you're good. Two, you're great. Three, you rewrite history. Golden 60's won his third Champions Mile. Golden 60 called upon now. The great horse to the outside, and he went whooshka. It is Golden 60 taking over. Sha Tin is electric. He's three on Beauty Eternal. Then came Mamur. Next in then is Soul Rush. But it's Golden 60 for Hong Kong. Four on Voyage Bubble. That's not a whip. That's a wand. That ride from Vincent is magic. Golden 60, the superstar.
The boys join us in the studio, and Paul and Tom will talk more about Golden 60 later in the show. But for the racing fans, what's coming up this weekend, Tom?
Yeah, 10 race card, Mark. We've got a mixture of turf and all-weather races, a mixture of also Class 3, 4 and 5. Super Infinity might be one of the shorter price favourites for the very much in-form Mark Newnham.
He's had a great start to the season, Paul, has Mark Newnham?
He has, definitely. He got his horses up really early, and the ones that have been racing anyway, and he gave them a couple of trials, and it's really paid off as well. So look forward to seeing him going around Super Infinity. A couple of good jackpots, 20 million going to the Triple Trio, and also 7 million we're going to have as a pool starting there for the 6-up win bonus. A couple of really good ones.
The boys will have their thoughts on Sha Tin in part 2 of the show. Right now, the focus, of course, is the retirement of the great horse Golden 60. It was announced at the Sha Tin stables on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I think big announcement for Hong Kong racing and fans that support him. You know, of course, we love him a lot, and you know, this decision have been, you know, discussed and made very carefully, and it's already been a while that we decided to retire him, but we only announced now because, you know, because of all the quarantine and the shipments and all that stuff. But now, of course, we would love to see him every day, but we also, you know, put his health and happiness in the future in priority. So we decide to retire him and be. He will be staying in Hokkaido in Northern Farm. That also because I've ridden in Japan the last few summers, and because Northern Farm, of course, as we know, they are producing, you know, top-class horses, and the farm is lovely and beautiful. And also, Golden 60 owner Mr. Chen, he loves to go to Japan, and also because we can travel there easier than Australia. And we can see him regularly. Hopefully, for me, hopefully once a month. If, you know, the racing schedule is on the Saturday, I can fly out Sunday and back Monday night. like that, so I can regularly see my mate. I mean, it's he have done everything for us and for Hong Kong, so we want him a great life afterwards.
You just described him as your mate. What does he mean to you? I mean, he means everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's like a family to me and to us. I see him. I try to see him almost every day. It's a horse that taught me to be a better athlete and to be a better jockey for sure. From him, I've grown a lot, mentally as well, because from receiving all the pressure, riding in a Group 1 on a horse like him, to enjoying myself in a Group 1 and winning, it's another feeling. So that's what he taught me and gave us all.
Is there a particular race, a particular moment that is really the most special moment for you? Is that really stands out? Is there one moment?
Particular race, I'll probably take 2 races. It's a derby, and probably the last IR, because of course we didn't have any prep races for him. Lots of people are questioning if he can still be at his best when he has no prep race and with age 8 compete with all the other 3, 4, 5 years old top horses, top miler, and of course we draw 14, and he has shown who's the king is with that race, and that is quite emotional for me. So now it's still the best miler, I think. Yeah.
You've ridden a lot of good horses. What separates this guy from the others?
Not a lot, but hopefully more. But I mean, what separates him to the others is, I think, is his mind. A lot of horses have great potential physically, but never have the mindset of a champion. He is special because, no matter what, he did his best all the time. And even he is not the fittest sometimes, not feeling his best, but he still give us all and make things happen. And this is what not just me as a jockey or athletes, but everyone to learn from. And I still learn from him every single day. Every time I ride him, I learn something new. So, I really appreciate what he has done for us.
And just one final question about the fans and their connection with this horse. Obviously, during COVID, we didn't see it, but in his late wins, obviously at IR last year, we really saw that connection, and that was magical.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really grateful how the fans treat him and how lovable he is in Hong Kong. And this is something special because every time, even just in parade ring when I mount up, everyone is cheering for him. No matter he was winning or he come back, got beat, everyone still love him and cheer for him more than the winner sometimes. And it's that makes me as a jockey feel very special. And I'm sure what I felt, Golden 60 felt it, and he loves the crowd. He is the only horse that looked up to the crowd when everyone was being noisy and cheering for him. Every other horse is running around, nervous, scared, but except him. And that's how I can tell he definitely know, and he definitely enjoy all the supporters. Yeah.
So that's what has happened already this afternoon. Boys, time to get some reaction from you, Paul. And Tom, you were here for the entire ride of Golden 60, Tom, and it's going to be strange without him.
Yeah, it will be, Mark. I think it was only here missed one race that he won. I think it was maybe the Gold Cup in February of one year. But an outstanding contribution to Hong Kong racing he has made down through the years, and what a horse he was. All those moments, Paul, when the race course was in the throes of being locked down, and the early part of 2020 when COVID came along, that derby basically in front of no one, to seeing him and Vincent waving to the crowd after what was a terrific win in the International Mile last December. So almost sort of two ends of the spectrum there for him, in front of no one, which he did a lot of his career in front of.
Yeah, and he was unbeaten through those 2 years as well, 2019 and 2020 season as well. And he was such a good horse, and I was so pleased that the crowd got to see him and really gave him a really good rousing win when he did win that international race. And he was so impressive, and he just showed he hadn't lost that turn of foot, because there was always that question mark about him coming into the race fresh, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. He was a real hometown horse ridden by a hometown jockey. And speaking of jockeys, very few were able to beat Golden 60. One man who did was Zach Purton.
You competed against Golden 60 a lot. What was it like to face up next to him in the starting gates? And obviously he beat everyone here a lot of the time.
Yeah, well, firstly it was heartbreaking. Just to be behind the gates and be in the races with him, knowing that you're basically going to run second. He was such a good horse. He's the best horse I've seen in my time here in Hong Kong. I loved his will to win, the way he pinned his ears back, the acceleration he showed, that turn of foot. It's very rare to see horses run home in the sectionals he would run home in over the distances he ran, and he became more versatile as his career progressed as well. He was able to be ridden more prominently on the speed. He'd go inside, outside. He was a perfect racehorse, really. But our challenge was always just to try and find a way to beat him, and really at the end of the day it was just circumstances and bad luck that beat him, and he's going to be missed. I always love seeing horses of his calibre race, and although it was difficult through those years to go up against him, but it also made it challenging to try and find a way to beat him, and fortunately I did a few times, but not enough.
One word that would sum him up best, describe Golden 60 in one word.
A champion.
He sure was. He'll be off for a long, happy retirement now, Golden 60. But racing will go on, Paul, and this is a list of the highest rated horses in Hong Kong at the moment. Romantic Warrior is going to get his time to really shine now that the Golden 60 is not here, because they were rivals on the track at times, but Golden 60 was always the local hero.
He was, yeah. And Romantic Warrior, he's more the international hero, wasn't he? Because he won in Japan and he won the Cox Plate in Australia as well. So he was sort of the travelled Hong Kong horse. Looking at some of those horses, looking forward to horses like Galaxy Patch coming through this season. Kang Rising's already won, and of course Invincible Sage won his Group 1 last year.
We saw Lucky Swainess on that first page as well. Of course, he's been out injured, so maybe sort of question marks around where sort of he ends up next when he's back. I don't think he's going to be back for International Day by the sounds of it, but yeah, a real loss to the ranks here, Golden 60.
He's indeed. Voyage Bubble, if you've been waiting for him, trialled at Chung Fa 2 on Friday morning. That has been a fitting farewell tribute to Golden 60 on the first part of Racing to Win. We'll take a break and get serious on the punting side of things and focus on Sha Tin Sunday right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. We now look to Sha Tin on Sunday to try and find some winners for you. And as we always do out of the first break, and the only break on the show, Paul, we turn to your last run reminder.
Yeah, a horse here called Super Love Dragon. Now, he's only had the 3 starts here in Hong Kong. He's raced over 1,000 and 1,200 metres. He steps up to the 1,400 metres, which looks ideal for him. He's got back in his races, but when he raced in New Zealand, he actually led all the way when he did win over 1,550 metres on a synthetic. You can see he's still last here. Now, the horse that wins this race, Bottom Up Together, is a very exciting horse in Hong Kong that's going through the grades. He gets to the outside of the track, and he finished off the race really strongly, I thought, over the 1,200 metres. He's had a nice trial leading into this race. This horse was declared a roarer before he raced. He's had the throat surgery to correct that, and he's had 3 starts since, and all 3 have been good. So it's one for the vets there, I think, for this one. And you can see the horse really coming down the outside, finishing off strongly, just missing 3rd. So fresh up with a light weight on his back, I think he can win.
He is, importantly, race 10, number 14, because Super Wise Dragon is also in on the program too. So do you give him a chance in the all-weather race?
I didn't get him in, no.
OK, but Super Love Dragon is the last run reminder for this week. We move on now to what is coming up at this meeting with both tracks in use, 8 on the A+3 turf and 2 on the all-weather. Start time is the usual 1 o'clock for a Sunday, and the race we focus on is race number 9 at 5:10 local at Class 3 over the 1,000 metres. We have Carroll Street on the class drop. At the top of the book, a 5-time course and distance winner, as is Flying High. Hasten Delight placed his only time down the straight. Magic Control now with Cody Moe. Celestial Colours blinkers off, visor goes on. No trials for Phoenix Lights. Eternal Fortune, a newcomer here, won all of his races on the Tapita in the UK. Savvy Brilliant was a one-start winner in Australia at Mornington, and down to Multi Super, who comes up in grey but gets a £10 claim for Brittany Wong. Straight down the 1,000 metre straight here, Paul, and Savvy Brilliant shown enough pace in his trials to lead. Yeah, look, there's not really a standout leader in this, but he has gone forward in all 3 of his trials, so expect him to get across and lead. Stellar Express, he can press on from the outside barrier draw, get a nice trail. Magic Control, he went forward in a recent trial as well. Multi Super's got the £10 claim, so I don't think he's going to be too far away. With Flying High, a recent winner. The rest sort of generally do get back. Going to break it down now with our first replay, Tom, from last season. Magic Control, I said one start last season. This is his trial down the straight at Sha Tin. He was up on the pace. The horse in the light blue, yellow cap and red sleeves is Kaying Rising. Yes, and so we know what he did on the opening day last Sunday, Kaying Rising. This was the quickest trial down the straight, 57.05 the time. He settled midfield at his debut, and he was probably entitled to finish off a bit better than he actually did. So you can see him down inside the last 150 here, moving well. He looked really good in this trial with Matthew Chadwick aboard. I've got him in, Paul, but just a little reservation just on what he did first up at 5.4. Yeah, look, he's had, that was at Happy Valley as well. He's now come down the straight 1,000. Did win over 1,100 metres a couple of times in Australia before he got here, so he's more than capable over this short course. And then won over 1,200 in Moonee Valley. Look, maybe just the occasion, first up here in Hong Kong with the lights sort of got to him. So, look, I'm willing to forgive him for this run. I don't think it was a bad run. He sort of kept his ground, if anything. He didn't lose ground in the straight and maybe picked off a couple. So, finished midfield, back to 1,000 with that trial under his belt. I'm willing to give him a chance. And he's gone from being a 3-year-old to a 4-year-old now. He was obviously well credentialed when he raced in Melbourne as Archo Nacho, but box on okay there. I think he's definitely worthy of a big chance in this race. That is our first replay in Magic Control. Second one, Paul, is Celestial Colours, who wins this trial quite impressively. Carroll Street runs 4th. He was niggled at but stays on. This is his go, the 1,000 metres at Sha Tin. Celestial Colours, on the other hand, never tried down the straight before. It's had one go at the 1,000 at the Valley. Yeah, we know him more as a Happy Valley horse, don't we? So, look, he's definitely an intriguing prospect coming here, and the trial was pretty good from him. Look, Carroll Street, you can see him pushed out towards the end. I just don't know if he'll get the pace in this race because he is a get-back horse. And they tinker with the gear around Celestial Colours as well. The blinkers are off, the visor being reapplied. Gorgeous win was in that trial. He's since come out and won. Geneva was in that too. He has been beaten. He was right on the cusp, Celestial Colours. Always been a fan of Carroll Street, but he's definitely more suited here. Stellar Express is next up. He's had the 7 starts, and he is a horse who's coming back from 1,400 metres, when 4th behind Ruby Lot last time. Correct in saying, is he in the muncher file, this one, or on notice for it? He's on notice. He's definitely on notice. That file is well and truly back. It's pretty thick from last season too. And Stellar Express, barrier number 14 here. John Size, Brenton Abdullah. He's going to get all favours with that outside rail to follow. They led up on him last time out. Didn't mind the trial. I think he's worth including again. But look, he has been a bit costly. He has, yeah. Look, the most he's paid is 4.7. Well, the sort of his dividend. Oh, he got out to 7.9 actually in one of his. But he did. He opened up at 4.7 last season on debut here in Hong Kong, over 1,000. So, and he ran a really nice second. So maybe coming back, because they did shift him up to 1,400 by the end of the season. Is Beauty Destiny still in your muncher file? Oh, he's well and truly trenched in there. He was at the trials at Chung Fa on Friday morning, so won't be too far away. Savvy Brilliant here, Paul. This is his trial, running 3rd after just about leading for home in it. He is now a member of the stable of Frankie Law. He's had 3 trials, so 2 last season, just the 1 this season.
Yeah, with Zach Purton aboard as well. Son of Toronado, so you think in time he'd won a little bit further than the 1,000 metres. Did win over 1,000 on a Sunday meeting at Mornington off a field of 7 and won that nicely enough. And his trials have been good. So, look, I think he'll run well on his debut.
And when he did win that race at Mornington, he came from off the pace and to put up a real good turn of foot over the final stages to win too, to Savvy Brilliant. Gallaroo was his name with the Freedman stable. Like what I've seen so far, an interesting Zach looking to get down to 119 maybe.
There you go, there's been a good push for the newcomer. One of a couple of newcomers in the race, of course, the other one, the horse above him, Eternal Fortune. Back to race day form now, Tom, with Flying High, Hasten Delight and Phoenix Light. Flying High, he rarely goes a bad race over 1,000, does he?
He's been a good horse for his connections down the straight at Sha Tin. Has Flying High, a 5-time course and distance winner. He was up on the outside rail there. You can see he sort of got down to the last sort of 200 metres. The gap sort of opened up for him one off, and he's always been a horse, Paul, that is best saved for that one short, sharp burst at them over the 1,000.
Yeah, no, definitely. And look, I didn't mind the run of Hasten Delight. I thought it was a good run, and he was placed over the straight 1,000, did run third in his only go at it. So, look, I'm going to include him on a minor line.
We've seen a bit of that combination on the show already with Hasten Delight, Vincent Ho and Francis Loy, the team behind Golden 60. Of course, selections, Paul, in race number 9.
On the back of that trial, I'm going to go with Magic Control down the straight 1,000. So he's on top to beat Savvy Brilliant, the debutant. Stellar Express from barrier 14 and Hasten Delight there on the minor line. 4:11.63.
Going to go with this newcomer here, number 11, and that, of course, is the Zach Purton mount, Savvy Brilliant, who put up a good performance in Australia before arriving here. He's got 119 pounds on his back, maybe 120 with Zach putting maybe one up over on him, but have liked his trials, so he goes on top of Magic Control, number 4. Stellar Express is in, and Carroll Street back in grade here, a 5-time course and distance winner. Don't think he can be left out. 11, 4, 6 and 1.
And that is race number 9. Full previews of all the races are available on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and Paul's selections are there race by race. Amongst those 10 selections, Paul, one of them is the best.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Aero Invincible as the best. Drawn nicely in barrier 4, comes back into class 4 where he has won. Was placed in class 3, so he's more than capable there. For the 1,400 metres here at class 4, did win second up after a really good second on debut. Now, the long shot, we're going to go with Mr. Energio, who's coming up in race number 6. Had 3 starts last season on the turf. I liked his last run on the turf. Now, he's bred for the dirt. He's by Swiss Ace, this horse. And just looking at his trial there, he's the highlighted one closest to us. Just really finished off this trial nicely. That's Kaying Chair, who did run on Wednesday, who's a lot higher rated than him. But I like the way he finished off strongly. So, being coming onto the surface, I reckon he's worth a chance. And the play in the last will do the QQP of Sunlight Power, Star Mac and Super Love Dragon, 2, 3 and 14.
Best bet is the Frankie Law trained galloper Lucky Impact going around in race 7, number 6, Karis Teton riding now. He put up a useful run at the back end of last season, his only run when he was heavily supported in the market, and that was over the 1,200 metres. Here he is chasing Hero Star, who's going around on the program as well on the all-weather, but like the way he finished off here and put up a good number for his last 400 metres when he debuted at Sha Tin last season. So that is Lucky Impact. The value is Smart City in the first. Race 1, number 1, down in grade. It's not a strong field at all, race 1, by any stretch of the imagination, so we'll see what he can produce for Ricky Yu. And the play in race 9, Magic Control, Stellar Express and Savvy Brilliant.
Early for the best bet, race 1, number 9, Special Hedge. Trial looked good as placed a 2 from 2 course and distance. Lyle Hewitson and Benno Jung combine with him. The value race 3, number 5, Jubilant Winner, didn't have much room on debut. He's had the 2 trials to get ready, including a 5th behind Aero Invincible. Cheek pieces go on for the first time. And the play early, Family Jewel on a 7-day backup, Mr. Dapper and Special Hedge in a QQP. That is just about it for Racing to Win. A quick check of the diary before we go with Sha Tin Sunday. And after a massive crowd last Wednesday night at Happy Valley, Tom, I'm sure there'll be plenty back in this week too.
Yeah, I think there will be, Mark, and there's a Class 2 race coming up. Chilchivi back in action.
Yeah, he's got a trio of horses in that Danny Shumax. He's got Moments in Time and Elaine Feeling as well, so big hand in the feature on Wednesday night.
He produced a smart one in Packing Power, didn't he, last Wednesday?
He did, yeah.
Certainly did.
That has been Racing to Win, a big show. We said goodbye to Golden 60 from the racetrack and off to retirement. Thanks to the boys, thanks to you, and we'll see you at Sha Tin.